because they say what you do between 9 and 5 is what pays your bills, and what you do between 5 and midnight is, hey, it builds that builds your legacy,
that's
right?
That's what I love it.
Yeah.
Yo. Welcome to Get Your Life, the podcast. I'm your host, Eric Get Your Life. I got my special guest co-host with me. I'm gonna start to my left. You're gonna introduce yourself.
Because you know I ain't right.
Because we know you ain't right.
I sat on this side on purpose.
My left, who are you? Tell us a little bit about you.
I'm Sarah Christine.
Sarah Christine, okay.
Very native.
Ooh, I call her hustle of everything. Like Sarah's just busy. Busy.
But the good kind of busy.
Okay.
The good kind of busy.
And I got my girl. My girl, Desiree.
Hi. Hey everyone.
Hey everyone.
Hey.
Desiree, I call you you're the media mogul.
Yes.
You got our media mogul in the house.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
Ladies, thank you for stopping by and spending some time with me. I appreciate you. We're going to jump right into episode 11, where we're going to talk about building your brand and your life. Because so many people forget that you could do both of those things. You could have a brand and you could build your life and have a life at the same time, right? You don't have to not do your brand because you want to have a life.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sarah, I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit about your brand and what you're doing.
Okay, well, which brand are we starting with?
Exactly what I'm saying, right?
All right. Well, I'm Sarah Christine, and I'm also live too. But you guys better call in to Get Your Life podcast. So if you don't know what it is, I just posted the flyer again.
Woo!
All right. I want to hear those questions. But again, I'm Sarah Christine. E, thank you so much for having me on. Building your brand. What am I? I'm a little bit of everything. I'm sprinkled into a little bit of everything. So I'm an entrepreneur at best, to best describe me. Yes. I have built my day job, which I consider my career. I'm an insurance broker, employee benefits insurance broker. I do that by day. And by night, I do a little bit of everything. I act, I model, I co-host. I mean, here I am.
It's like, what don't you do?
Sleep.
So, exactly, right?
Sleep.
So, so you do have a 9 to 5, right? You have a job?
Well, I've been in my career quite some time, so I don't do the whole 9 to 5 thing, though.
You know what I mean.
I got those
Who
executive hours,
okay.
but yeah.
All right. But you not just your brand. You also have a job, right?
Because they say what you do between 9 and 5 is what pays your bills, and what you do between 5 and midnight is, hey, it builds that builds your legacy,
that's right? That's what I love it. I say that all the time.
Yeah.
Desiree.
Yes.
Desiree. Look at you, just smiling with the curls.
She's so pretty.
Thank you. I was able to get them in this thing.
Still looks good.
Tell us
a
little bit about your brand.
So my brand, this is actually a dream I never dreamed of. Oh. During the pandemic, I had to figure out how to stay relevant in this time because I couldn't do my women's events. I couldn't do my workshops. So I was like, well, how am I going to stay relevant? How am I going to keep this in front of people to still help them? So I started my online TV show called Des TV.
Des TV.
A couple months later, I started my Roku channel, and have liftoff. We've launched, and now we're about 2 weeks into launch, and I'm booked up. I have live events because on there you could do live on Roku, YouTube, and Facebook. And it's just really a need that people have because we can't do live events and workshops and conferences. So that's what I provide on the network as well.
Oh, nice. So you saying you got your own TV station?
I do. Yeah.
Meeting the right people today.
You gonna have to Get Your Life the podcast on there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Look, see, I put the pressure on right from the gate. Like, we gonna have Get Your Life the podcast on your TV station? Yeah.
Remember I asked you and you said what you said. I don't remember what you said.
I tell you what I said. What?
Said truth comes out.
Yeah,
Come on, she asked you.
I did. She did ask me, and I said, well, after I get through this COVID break, because I was taking a break from
Right.
COVID. But yeah, we're gonna get Your Life the podcast right on your Roku station. And what is it? What's your slogan? Happiness.
Happiness is attractive.
Happiness is attractive.
Empowering men and women to be seen and be heard.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like
love
that.
that.
I
I
like
love
that.
that.
I like that.
Happiness is attractive, though.
Isn't it? And you glow different when you're happy. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to look a certain way physically. It's how you feel on the inside out.
Amen to
And
that.
so I only figured that out after, going through some things. And I thought, you know what? I need to be happy at the end of the day.
I need to be happy at the end of the day. That's what it's
So
about.
that's how it started.
Yeah,
Des, I know you just got back from like a break, a vacation. You had to get away because you had to take a mental break, and I understand, right?
Yeah.
And this is what comes into play when building your brand. You just go so hard for your brand and you forget about
Right.
your mental health, the most important thing for all of us, right? Right, Sarah? You do that all the time.
all the
right?
time. You have to.
How is that? What do you do to take yourself away from the brand
Yeah.
and take care of yourself, like self-care?
I don't know if I really ever shut off because there's always something that you have to do when you're building something. Just kind of like when you are a mom, you don't really ever shut completely off. I try to take at least a weekend a month. Sometimes that doesn't happen, but at least a day to refresh and take time for myself so I could be strong for other things.
You know what you need to do is those hot springs. I just got back from this natural hot springs. That is
Really?
self-care.
Where's that at?
Yeah, there's one in Wilbur. We took a girls' trip. It's clothing optional.
Oh,
And
What?
let me tell you how freeing that was, okay?
Huh?
Yeah, clothing
Clothing
optional.
is optional. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
of course. You get in this natural hot springs. Not only is it good for the skin, but it's like the body, the mind, the soul, just to be in that such like therapeutic, like vibing area with all these people that are just as free as you. You should definitely do that. She went to Long Beach though. She didn't tell you where she went, but she went to Long Beach.
I was trying to
one
get
of my
into that. I was trying to
favorite
get
little
into where she was
cities. So
going.
everybody
What she
from
was
Long
doing
Beach,
to release it.
hey,
What
I
was
know
she-
I got a couple of you out there.
Oh, yeah. Take time to also meet up with friends and family if you can to connect. I think we're missing so much of connection these days that we lose ourselves in maybe loneliness at times.
Yes.
And so even if it's a Zoom, a phone call, something to keep you connected with other people, I think that'll help with mental health as well, especially when you're needed in so many places.
Right.
Building a brand, your life, mom, all that good stuff.
So both of you guys have. I mean, you have do you have a job too?
This is it's
This is
become
it.
my full-time
This is
thing.
it. Full
yeah.
time, maybe full time. But you're a mom.
I am a mom.
You are a
yeah.
mom. Sarah, your mom also, right? So
Yeah.
you guys are juggling. I mean, Sarah, you're juggling probably 12 companies, right? 12 companies, 17 dogs.
Seven.
17
Three dogs.
dogs?
3 dogs.
17 dogs.
Jesus.
Wow.
And you're also a mom,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? And you
Most
still-
fulfilling job.
And you've
Yeah.
been building your brand forever. Like I mean, you've been building, and you've
Yeah, I think
Right.
you
You've
and
been-
I have known each other over a decade,
Right.
and that whole time I've been building
like yeah.
a brand, and I am my brand. I'm
Right.
Sarah Christine.
You are Sarah
So when
Christine.
people ask me, "What do you do?" Like you ask me, and I'm like,
You do everything.
What don't
I
I,
know,
do?
I
You
know.
know,
That's-
I'm Sarah Christine.
Right.
But that's the fulfilling thing, that I'm able to utilize my name, my brand, to get out there. And at the end of the day, it's to help others be me too, not just Sarah Christine, but be their Sarah Christine, whatever
Right.
that version is of themselves.
Well-
Because if I could do it, they could do it. Trust you me.
And also
Yeah.
turn off Sarah Christine and be a mama, right?
Yeah,
Right.
and be a mama. I take a lot of downtime. I take a lot of my vacations. Like, I threw out Long Beach. I'm sorry to throw out where you went to, but that's one of my favorite
Like,
little
damn,
cities,
I
and
know my
that's
side piece now.
that's where I regroup a lot too. Toes in the sand and shit like that. Like beer in my hand. You have to do that.
Yeah.
'Cause you can't pour from no empty cup.
That's
right.
At the end
That's
of the
right.
day,
That's
you can't
right.
pour
That's
from
right.
no empty cup.
That's right. That's
And I
right.
learned that the hard way. There was a lot of days in the beginning of my so-called career where I was given everything and people were taking everything
Yeah,
because
they
I was
will.
given everything. Takers never stop. I
They
mean,
don't
they're going
stop.
to keep
True.
taking,
That's right.
and givers, you're and almost in a way where you're trying to please because you're trying to get there or somewhere or wherever you think that you're going.
Yeah.
So you allow everything to be
I tell
taken.
people all the time, takers, they don't stop taking. You
No,
gotta
they
watch
don't
it.
know how
You gotta
to.
watch it. They don't stop taking.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, God bless them to learn it sooner or later. But yeah, you have to take those moments and finding that work-life balance and and that balance for yourself, care and your sanity, and your peace. Protect your peace at all costs. I say that all the time. If you've been following me, I tell you that all the time. Protect your peace, whatever that cost is. Toxic family members, friends, news. Turn that news off for a while, guys. We got a couple more days.
I'm glad you said how long you've been building your brand. You've been building for a long time. And if you went back to the beginning, like what would be some things you said that you had to overcome? Like what was things building your brand? Some things that you had to overcome when you were considering building your brand? Because it's tough. Because you're gonna get no's. You're gonna get we're not working with you. You're gonna get things not gonna pop off as quick as you want. And 10 years ago, social media really wasn't popping like it is now,
we
right?
were MySpace
like, we didn't
writing,
have IG,
okay,
we didn't have
Tom?
like Facebook. You didn't have all that, so it was a lot harder. You actually had to put in the work, right?
Yeah.
So what were some things you feel like you had to overcome back then to start building your brand?
There was a lot, but one of the main lessons I learned was to stop. Can we cuss? We can cuss.
You can
right?
do whatever you
Stop
want. You do whatever you want to. Do whatever you want.
You guys, seriously, if there's anything you learned from this conversation tonight, is stop fucking caring what other people think. Please. Would you stop caring?
Yes.
Would you get into your own, whether that's big, that's small, that's mediocre? There's some people that are so comfortable being complacent, and that's fine. Do you. But at the same time, please stop caring what your mama says or your dad says or that distant aunt or cousin or your friends or your best friends. And if those people are not riding for you and clapping for you, those are not your people. I don't care who you're trying to impress. Those are not your fucking people. Okay?
Sarah, you sound like me.
Oh my God. If I could have learned that sooner, and if I could have told my younger self that sooner, man, I would have cut out so much bullshit and I would have been so much further along quicker. But at the end of the day, I'm so grateful that I learned that lesson when I did, because it has kept me humble all these years and has kept me striving all these years. And I may have taken longer to get to the peak of my mountain than other people, but I'm so grateful for all those lessons because I never have to go through that again. I know what it is to self-love.
Yes.
Yes.
So that would be my main thing. Please stop caring what other people think about you. Even your mama. I'm sure she loves you. I'm sure she does.
Your
Mama
mama's always gonna love you, but she always
you.
gonna say, "Child, what do you mean you about to do this? What do you mean you're gonna do a station? What do you
What are
mean
you talking
What do you mean you're gonna be a model? What do you mean you're doing a podcast? What?" She always gonna say that, right? Because that's not what she did. Mama got a job where she didn't. She was at the house while Pops was working, or there was no Pops and it was just moms. It's different for everybody.
Yeah.
There's same question for you. How would you recommend for people to get to overcome things that the challenges that they're going to run into?
I think it all starts with staying aligned with your purpose. And when you figure out, a lot of times when I talk to people, they don't know what their purpose is. Because it's this unattainable, untangible thing. We can't see it. It's a feeling.
Right.
And so if you can find your purpose and you stay really still with alignment, this might be too much for some people, but it's true.
Sometimes it will be too
No, it's
And
not.
that's
It's
all right.
what they
But
need to
that's all
hear,
right.
and it's exactly why you're saying it.
You
So
can
continue
just
on.
stay still for just 1 second. Stop talking. Don't worry about what's in front of you and behind you, and answer the call. I'm religious, very spiritual. Answer the call that God has for you, because we all have this dream, right? I want to be this. I want to do that. I want to make this much money. I want all these people to like me. If I do this, they're going to love me. But that's not maybe what God has for you. That's not his dream for you. So if you can walk in that, that's how everything else will come for you. You're going to get, doors will open, you can overcome so many things. And I think lately I've been asking, hey God, what's up, man? You're my G. Can you give me some more patience? Because I feel like I'm running out of patience.
Yes.
And I thought I would wake up one day and have patience. But no, he's putting me in situations where I have to be patient. He's putting me in situations where it's like, hurry up and wait. Nothing else is happening. You've done everything you can do. Now you need to sit and wait. So sometimes we get that confused. And we might be in a wrong relationship, and we're like, God, I want this person to love me or be with me or friends to like me. But he's pushing them away to show you that they don't belong. But we hold on so tight. But that's not what he has for us. What he has for us is bigger. So if we can step into the dream, everything will happen for you.
Yeah.
Everything happens for you.
Oh, okay.
So that's how I can overcome so many things, because I'm like, I just need to stay very centered to the call. And if I can do that, everything else just flies away.
I mean, yeah, building a station, a station is not going to be easy, right?
It's
you
a
got to
whole
be so focused.
network.
You're
It's
a whole
trust
network.
the process.
Yeah, I mean,
trust
yeah.
the process.
Yeah,
That's right.
and I'll tell you, I didn't have a Roku when I started.
Right.
I didn't know what it was.
Right.
To be very honest.
When you told me, I was like, what? You want to talk about a what?
What's that? But you know, I got the Roku. I figured it out. When I started to work really, really hard, people started to appear.
Yes.
Open doors. When you hear "make magic happen," you can literally make magic happen.
Yes.
And
But
that's how we're all sitting here today.
But
That's
it's one of
nothing
those
short
things
that.
too that hard work beats talent every day
Yeah,
of
hard
the
work beats
week.
talent.
Very
Hard
Every
work beats
day
talent
of
every
the
week.
week, and that's
Hard
where you
work,
were.
yeah.
That's exactly where you were. So, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and as a woman, hear her roar, you
Yeah.
guys. Hear her roar. I hear it.
Rah, rah.
Or purr. I mean, whatever.
Whatever.
Whatever
Sure.
works. Yeah.
Sarah, what's a couple things that you do for self-care? Like,
For
because we also want to talk about having a life. You got to have balance, right? You got to go hard for your brand. You
Yeah.
have to, because I mean, we're building, right? And you eventually you want to either have your 9 to 5 pay for your dreams, right? Or the end game, maybe leave that 9 to 5
Right.
and just be working on just your dreams, right?
Right.
So, but you have to have a balance. You also have to have your life,
Right.
Right? Because you guys,
You have to have
This
you.
family, you
I mean,
gotta
at
have
the end
you.
of the day, it's you.
But your brand
Like,
is
your
you.
brand is
Your
you.
brand is you.
You know, and people are going
what,
to come
what
to
about
your brand.
what is Sarah Christine doing, like,
Well, I
for
always
self-care without the brand?
I always feel like the next 5 years are going to really be determined by the things you're doing now. What books are you reading? So you got to take time to sit back and read a book.
Read
you
a
know what I
book.
mean? Read a book. I don't care if you go slow. I don't care if you stutter during reading it.
2
read
years to
that
take a-
book.
2
And if you
years.
don't know what book to read,
I drop
we
books.
can, we can recommend
you
some for you, honey.
Check the last episode. I dropped a lot of books for y'all. I dropped 5-6 books. Pick them up, because every single one of them, absolutely amazing books. Boom.
I don't know if this one was on your last one, but for those of you with kids, Rich Dad, Poor Dad,
Yeah.
that
Good one.
absolutely has to be in your
Yes.
rotation if you have children.
Yep.
So what are you reading right now? What conversations are you having right now? Those are things that I always put into my rotation too, because I want to surround myself by believers, dreamers.
Who you surround yourself with?
Yeah, definitely who you surround yourself with. Conversations that you have too. So pay attention to the conversations you're having on a daily basis, because those really resound in your head, they resound in your soul and your whole body. So if you're having negative conversations all day long, you think that's not affecting your nervous system? You're
Right.
crazy. That's affecting everything in you, every cell in that body, if that's what it's affecting. So make sure the conversations that you're having are on a positive, productive level. So those are things that people overlook when it comes to self-care. My conversations, I'm not talking about the next person, meaning gossip. I'm trying to talk about what next can we build. You know, so those things are helping with my self-care. And then I go ghost.
I was just about to. I was just
I
about to
go
say that.
ghost.
Des, I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
Sarah.
He knows that. He knows that. I go ghost.
I was-
We've known each other for a long time.
Just about to say, like,
Yeah.
going ghost, like, it seems like a bad thing. Like, there's a
not.
stigma around going ghost. But no, like, the other day, I was thinking, I just want to get off social media. Like, let me just shut down social media.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make a post. I'm not.
Oh,
gonna
no,
do
no, no.
nothing.
Don't make that post where I'm going on social media.
No, I'm not gonna do it.
To
I'm not-
everybody that
no,
did,
I'm not
I'm
gonna
just
do
kidding.
that.
Kinda.
I do say I'm gonna take a break. Like I'll say I'm gonna take a
no.
mental breakation.
Yeah,
is
yeah,
what
yeah.
I call it. Mental
Ooh.
breakation, because we need that shit. We need to just
We owe it to
like
ourselves
you have to understand
do
what
that.
social media does to your energy, because you are going back and forth with people. You are reading things.
Remember,
you are
those
posting things. Those
conversations.
things affect you,
Those
right?
conversations.
So I was like, you know what? Social media, I'm gonna shut the shit down. And then somebody was like, hey, I want to get a tank top, and I was like, God damn, all right, let me make
Let
a
me
post
slang
too,
a
bro.
tank
Let me make a post. let me get on here and make a post, and then let me read some more posts. So I didn't do it, but it's so important for people. Get off social media for a little bit, because the conversations you have, the posts that you're reading, they affect your mental
Right
health. They
now.
affect your energy
Right
all the
now.
time, right?
Yes, right now. So those are huge things. And then going ghost is fine. Don't think the people that feel like, oh, you're hurting my feelings because you left me on red, like shit like that. You know
You
what?
talking about dating? That's a different.
No. I'm not just talking about dating. I'm talking about in general.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
feel so obligated because what social media is set up, it's set up quick responses, right? So now there's Messenger. You can comment, you can like something, you can share something of somebody's, and then now you have messages on Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and all the other ones. And people expect that immediate response from you. So when you go ghost even on social media, they're like, well, you didn't reply to my message or you didn't reply to my comment.
Oh
it's
my
like,
God.
honey, I was taking time for me. And in order for me to give back to you, I need to take
I
time
need
for
to
me
take that time.
first.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
again, going back to one of my original statements is I can't pour from no empty cup.
That's right.
Like I cannot. So you want what's best and me to give you my best, then I need to make sure that I stay at my best. And sometimes at my best is in my bed, lights off, with a rerun on Netflix. And I like scary movies, so I want to watch some Annabelle and be scared. Okay, and that is me, and that's where I want to be. And I, you know, and that means phone off, like completely off, not silent where I see it light up in the corner of the room. No, that means completely shut down, completely off, and me just doing me, you know. And sometimes those are the best. Mental clarity. I'm able to regroup. I try to get up slightly earlier in the morning so I can set my day. Those are self-care things too.
Yes.
Hey, I want my coffee before I even look at my phone. I want, you know, if I want to read my work email before I read my personal email, those are my self-care things where I'm able to get my harder shit done before I can do my play stuff.
Yes.
Right?
Sarah, yes.
So that's where I'm at. That's where my self-care is.
Des,
Yeah.
come on.
Bring it, girl.
Sarah
Drop
got
some
a lot
knowledge.
of self-care over there.
Yeah. So self-care. Self-care can look like a bunch of different things.
Ooh.
So I try to work out every day.
Ooh, me
Taking time to do
too.
that because our bodies, our physical body goes through so much in one day. Stress, triggers, things we're not healed from, not hydrated, we're not eating good. So I want to make sure that I take at least an hour a day to do that. I do my affirmations in the morning. I do my manifestation stuff.
Yes. You meditating?
Yes, I say I meet the perfect people at the right time, and
Boom.
it just keeps people are just appearing.
She like talking about me right now. y'all.
In me. Hold up.
Both
I'm
of
here
you,
too.
both
I'm
of
here
you.
too.
I'm
Look
sorry.
at you.
I'm sorry.
And it works. I think that when the whole cliche of believe in yourself, or it's true, but it's more than just believing in you. You have to also believe in the dream. Like, what's your vision? And if you don't have a vision of where you're going, then it's going to be hard for people to follow you, right? Believe
Look
in
at my
you.
girl.
So believe in yourself every day when you wake up and act like you already have it.
Ooh.
So whatever it is, you know, I act like I already got this network booming. Me and Oprah are
Manifestation.
best friends,
That's
and we're
right.
about to talk about network stuff. And then I walk in that, and I talk in that, and I feel it. So if you can do that, it's a law that it's going to come right back to you. It's what you put out, you get right back. So self-care is very important, so physically, mentally. And then also, if I ever get discouraged, nervous, whatever it is, fearful,
You call Eric.
I text my son, and I just say, I love you, to remind me that going through all this stuff is for a reason, other than me.
Love
So,
that.
that,
Love
that brings me. I'm glad you said that was amazing, right? That brings me to your why, right? Your why. How important is your why, and how often do you remind yourself of your why, Miss Christine? How often, like
Every day.
your why?
Every day.
It's huge.
Every moment.
Right? You're huge.
Yeah.
And you said it, when you get discouraged, when you get down, when you get like, why, like this is too tough. Like the hill that I have to climb is so high. I'm down here, but I know the vision is out here. Your why kicks you in your ass and tells you, get your ass up. Hey,
It's a choice.
I got
Right? Oh, we got a call.
we got a call. I gotta
Oh,
go
we
to
got
the
a
call.
call.
Let's see what we got. Get Your Life, the podcast. This is Eric. They gone. They didn't like my voice, y'all. Hey,
They wanted
that's-
us to answer.
That's all
Call
good. They wanted the
back.
girls to answer.
Call
Hey,
back.
hey, it's all good. Call back.
Why? No, why? Okay. We'll save
Sometimes
him
they
his
don't- sometimes they don't-
embarrassment. We'll save him
Please,
his embarrassment.
not much embarrasses me. not much embarrasses me. Just so you know.
Oh my gosh.
They wanted to hear you guys. And,
Oh, all right.
Hey,
Well, call back
hey.
and we'll have Des answer.
Hey.
But
I promise if you call back, Desiree will answer. God, all right. So your why?
why?
Right?
Why is a daily thing, right? Just like every morning you wake up and you have two choices. You can choose happy or you can choose the other road. I don't know what the other road is. I never choose it. So why is every day? Why is every day?
Your
Yeah,
why, like
why is
your
every
why
day?
should be written.
Yeah.
Like, when you wake up, your why should be there.
Post-it notes
post it
on your mirror.
On your mirror in your
Put
bathroom.
it on your
'cause
fridge.
I know y'all stay in your bathroom.
Yeah.
So it should be.
No, that's not true. I like to walk to the fridge, but I've been working out too, Des.
So the fridge isn't always the best option. I know.
I
trust
know,
me.
but that's why you put the post-it note on the outside of the fridge,
That's right.
So there's things we're all battling something different. There's some
Yeah.
of us out there that are battling weight, and so they're trying to figure out their why,
Uh-huh.
right? But I'm just here to say that you are beautiful and you're doing an amazing job. I don't know where you're at, but you're doing an amazing job.
Oh.
There's people out there that are battling other types of self-images, right? Or finding their purpose, right? And staying in their purpose. And the way that I like to describe our dummy down purpose is, so manifestation is huge. If you haven't heard of it, you should definitely pick up a book. But if
What
you
book would you recommend?
okay, let's go back down to basics, Manifestation 101. If you haven't read or heard The Secret, get on it. There's so many
That's a good one.
podcasts and YouTube channels that will help you tune into your own manifestation and how you can beam into that light. But the way that I like to dummy down manifestation, the way that I like to describe that to people that maybe haven't gotten there yet is, okay, imagine when you're thinking about a new car. Right? And you're like, I have my eye on this. We were just talking about this earlier. I was
Yes.
thinking about a Jeep, right?
Yes.
I have my eye on this yellow Jeep, right? That's a car I want.
Right.
It's in there. It's mine.
You
I
already
want
driving it.
right?
Now you
So
see them
now-
on the street.
Yes.
Every car you see
So
on the
now
street
I'm on the
is a Jeep.
freaking highway, and what do
Everything's
I
yellow.
see?
Like
Everybody
yellow.
has the damn
Yeah.
yellow
I don't
Jeep.
even want a Jeep no
I
more
don't
because
want it
everybody
yellow.
got this shit.
I don't want it yellow. I want a whole nother car now. I don't want what everybody else is driving. But that right there is manifestation. So if
Yeah.
you never believed in manifestation before, if you never believed that you could be on that road, if you never believed that your mind could do that, guess what? It just did. And it
Yeah.
can work in so many other avenues of your life. You want happiness. You want it. And let's bring it back a little bit
Bring
more.
it back.
Let's not make this only about money. Your dream
Right.
isn't only about money. And if that's what you're chasing, honey,
Speak for yourself.
I'm
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Nah, if that's what
I'm
you're
just kidding.
chasing.
If it was, I'd quit a long time ago,
yeah,
right?
you may be a tad disappointed. I hate to break that to you, right?
Yes.
But the dream is always about something other than money. Money is a perk. It's a bonus that comes with what we do, because there's been a lot of times that I've done, I'm doing independent films. I don't get paid for that, but
So you saying you're an actress too?
yeah, I do that too. But that right there is practice.
Yeah.
That should I ever, or when I get to the bigger time, I put in the work to get there. I'm following that particular dream. So definitely manifestation. At the end of the day, you should definitely do that. I don't even remember what the hell the question was.
Hey, it don't
Yeah,
matter.
It doesn't matter.
There was
And
no there was no question.
No,
Des,
I
you hit it
still
on the
want
point. There was no
the yellow
question.
Jeep. I still want. I don't even know if it's yellow.
Are you
the
gonna
Jeep that I
name that
want, but
Jeep?
I
What you
still
gonna
want a
name that
Jeep.
Jeep? You gonna
I don't
name
know if. My favorite color is
Because
orange.
I probably
so.
I know next time I see you, I'm gonna have you on the show again, and you're gonna have a yellow Jeep. I know how you move. You're gonna have a
I
yellow
don't know if
Jeep.
it's gonna be yellow. It might be red.
Yeah,
Red's,
it's gonna
red
it's gonna be a
seems
Jeep
pretty.
though.
Red's like the color of
It's gonna be a
confidence,
Jeep.
So it's gonna be a Jeep though.
Right.
It's gonna be a Jeep.
Des, what when considering your brand, what are a couple important factors to think about? And
Let's see. A couple of important factors. Building my brand.
your brand,
So I think brands are always obviously specific to the person.
your mission,
Right. Your culture, your mission, what you set out to do, how you serve others. And so for me, my brand is maybe not necessarily someone who looks like me, but somebody who, wants a greater audience and has a show and wants to get people to just look at it and see the creation of it. Because a lot of times we put everything onto social media. And I'm like, gosh, I don't get that many views, but I just want to share on a platform. So building a brand, you have to think of who's the end user, who's going to watch this, are they going to like it?
who are your customers,
Right, and niche it down. And I'm speaking with a strategist now to really hone in on that. You can do a lot of business development that way and scale your business. So when you're starting your brand, you just go for it.
Woo, you just jump out there and like, let me just do it.
Yeah, and you will be okay, and then you figure it out. So it's like, okay, is this taking? Is this not taking? What is the thing that's working? And run with that.
Yeah.
What's working? Run
It's
with that.
definitely a leap.
My point behind that was I wanted people to know that you don't have to have this plan
Right.
mapped out, right?
No.
Sometimes
Yeah.
sometimes you just jump out there, right?
Yeah.
Jump out there is faith.
And
right?
scared. And I don't want
It's
to
gonna
promote.
be scary.
I don't want to promote don't be afraid. No, be scared.
No,
as
be scared.
hell.
No, be scared. Be scared. It's scary.
But do it scared.
Yeah.
And you'll
Do it
find the
scared.
courage along the way. So be
I mean,
scared. Do all that, but
If
just
you
don't
haven't,
do it.
if you haven't made mistakes, you're not making enough moves. Is how I feel. If you have not made mistakes, you have not made enough moves.
Exactly.
Right.
But talk about what's the worst that
That
could
can
happen,
happen, right.
right?
It's-
What's the,
the worst that can happen is
it doesn't work out.
It didn't work out.
Yeah.
Guess
Go
what?
back to where you were. Who cares? It wasn't like
You still got your
Yeah.
9 to 5 that was funding your dream. So let's
That's
just go
right.
back to that, and then we start with a new dream,
Yeah.
right?
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
And just like you said in the beginning, don't worry about what people think about you.
no,
Because that's
please.
what holds us back. Like, oh,
Don't
what if
do
they
that.
say this or that? But if you don't care, that's you learn.
Yeah,
Right.
and that's how you. That's actually how you get bigger when you stop thinking about what everybody else cares. Because guess what? At the end of the day, not everyone is going to agree with you.
Yeah.
Anyway, no matter what, not
No,
everyone is
no.
going to agree with you.
And that
when
includes your mama. I'm
no,
trying
we
to tell
know
you.
your mama
okay?
and your daddy.
Okay,
and
'cause she
none of
wants
them.
what's
They're not
safe
your
for
best
you.
friends. They're
She
not going
wants
to
her
support
baby
you.
to be
right?
safe, and
So,
that's okay. I love you, mom, so much. But and I am safe. I
is your mom
promise.
following me on Facebook and Instagram or something?
My mom's not online. She doesn't believe in social media.
Desiree's
Mom
mom
is
is.
online.
Hey, Mom. I know she's out there watching.
Hi, mom. Hi,
She said,
Desi's
y'all better watch
mom."
my daughter at 6 p.m.
She's so cute.
And then let me send Eric a friend request just to make sure
I
he
know,
all
to
right.
make sure he's
Make
nice
sure
to
he
my
all right.
girl, right?
You better-
Yeah, you better be nice to her girl.
She in good hands.
Yeah.
I got
But my followers and fans do know my mama. I do post her quite often. So, but yeah, you can't care about what other people think or they
Right.
say, you know. And the friends that you had starting out are probably not the friends you're going to end with,
No.
and that's
You're gonna lose some.
okay.
You're gonna
Yeah.
And that's okay. You
You're
want
gonna
to know
lose
why?
some.
Because you got to stay with the level you're on. And sometimes the friends you had beginning were on that beginning level with you.
Right.
But again, there's some people that are so comfortable with being complacent, and that's fine, honey. Do you? But if your journey is taking you to that next level, they may not be going with you.
Right.
And a lot of people struggle with that because they're like, well, this person is my best friend. And I'm like, they were 5 years ago. But where you are
Yes.
now, that's not the best friend you need.
Yeah, you think about it just like your relationships, like where you are right now and how you feel right now
Yeah.
about what you want. Guess what? In 5 years, that changes.
Yeah, I
right?
mean,
your
think-
growth,
Right.
you change. Like,
think back
yeah,
to
that
your
person
ex.
was cool, right?
Your ex
He was
10
cool.
years ago, think back to it. And
Oof.
would you even date them again
Honey.
now? Des, would you even date him again
No,
now?
There's levels to this, honey, and that was level 0. Yeah. Yeah. No.
But that's when you know that you leveled up because
Right.
now not even your ex is your type. That's when
Yeah.
you know you leveled up. And nothing against any of
Your
oh my
exes?
God, my ex is going to have death threats
We're not
against
gonna
me. But
We're not-
like, you know, nothing against any of the
exes.
exes out there. It's just that
Yeah.
people come into your life for reasons and
Or
seasons.
seasons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, jinx. But then you move on and that's okay.
It's all right.
It's more
It's
than okay.
You're gonna lose people, and you got to be okay with that, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna
But I
lose
think that's
people.
the hardest thing for people when building themselves up. One is self-doubt. Please stop doubting
Yes.
yourself. You are
Yes.
more than capable. Trust me
Yes.
when I tell you
Yes.
again and again, if I can do it, y'all can do it, okay?
Listen.
If I can do it, y'all can do it.
Listen.
But you got to stop doubting yourself, number one. You got to believe in yourself. And number two, stop caring what people think.
Right.
And number three, do not be afraid of losing people because you're not really losing them. They came in, they gave you what you needed for that
Exactly.
moment, and now you're moving on. And that's fine, and that's life. Because
Right.
if you're living the same year over and over, if this time next year you're still in the same
Right.
spot,
You're not
You're
growing.
doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Oh,
you're doing
you're not
something
growing,
wrong.
and it's all about growing. It's all about growing.
And you have to find someone to grow with you too. And it's out there. You got to look, but you will find someone to grow with you. And if you can do that, you can build a solid relationship. So I think that's the key. When you're growing at high personal development levels, you have to find someone who can grow with you,
Someone that's also
growing as well.
right?
So,
or they just went through the growth, right?
or they can help you
Right.
through it and
They can pull you up. Give me your hand. Come here. Let me come
Or
with you.
I'm
Yeah.
going to
What?
counteract that. I'm going to piggyback off that.
Piggyback.
Or somebody who is okay with a supportive role because
Yeah.
sometimes there's only room for one
Oh,
to
that's
shine.
that's a problem dealing with an entrepreneur.
And
Like,
then yes, because you're like, why are they always busy? Well, well, fuck, I'm doing shit. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
I'm my brand. Hello.
I mean,
you know, but you got to respect that, and your partner's got to respect that. And so
I say it, they got to be the assistant, they got to be
the
fucking
supporter.
The photographer.
They
gotta
got
be
to try
the
the product and
photographer.
service.
They got to do your makeup for y'all ladies. Like the man got to he got to be able to do everything, and he
And
got to
I
be
can't
okay.
bend over my corset, put my shoes on, honey. Like, come on, right? Like,
Shit. Nowadays, you can't get somebody to hold your dress. So, I mean, that's the problem. Like,
I
you
mean,
can't-
if we ain't walking out and you ain't holding my purse while I put on my jacket, I don't know if you're the one for me.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
yeah,
saying.
That's true.
Hey,
all
that's
I'm
a different
saying.
episode because
I'm just saying.
no, I feel you.
Yeah. No.
When-
So your partner, however they are, either you have two leads or you have one lead in a supportive role. Like, that can still work. You just have to make sure it works for the both of you. Be honest up front
Yeah.
with things like that. And not only in a relationship, but to be honest with yourself. You know what I
That's
mean?
the most important thing.
Be honest with
Yes.
yourself. If that can't work for you, or, you know, I've had clingy. If they're too clingy, then,
Woo, clingy.
you know, or jealous, you know, especially in an entrepreneur role.
How you building a life with clingy and jealous? Like how you,
You
building a brand
don't.
You
and
don't.
how you building a brand
It's
and
not
a life?
even possible.
Don't.
Right?
You don't.
No.
How do you balance your brand and your life? Like how do you do that? Like that's
Your-
just
Your
such a
brand
tough
becomes your
question.
life in a way,
right.
because you're end consumer, kind of. So you're walking in it and you become that person. So that helps you build your brand a little better. But you do need to take that time. And you need someone who supports you and who understands that you're busy.
Yeah.
And I think
It's
the
kind of, you know-
world likes to see a mesh of your brand in life, though. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? They don't want an untangible item. So they don't want somebody that's too far to where they can be like, well, I can be like her, or I can do that too. They want to see that you're actually human on that
Right.
human level, that you're a mom, or, you know, I show
Yeah.
my dogs a lot. Just the simple fact that I'm relatable, you know, there's a certain degree that people tend to flock to you because you're
You're
relatable. You
'Cause
know,
we are normal.
we are. We're human. You know, I'm not any different.
You're pushing it with we're normal.
Okay, no,
Okay,
normal's
we're not
different.
normal.
Human.
But
We're
we are
human.
human,
We're
yes.
definitely all
Debatable.
human. You know,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, some
human.
yeah.
Okay.
No, we're definitely all human in that regard. And so, and I think when you're able to mesh a little bit, now, not all of it, I'm a pretty private person, you know, when it comes to my private life, but I think if you're able to mesh some of that in, you're able to show your audience, your fans, your followers, your friends, your family, that it all can work.
And they want to see it.
They do.
People love to be entertained.
That's why people love reality TV, because a lot of it's scripted.
People love the drama. They love the
Yeah,
drama,
but
right?
you get to see a piece that you wouldn't normally get to
Right.
see. And I love that. I love that about the entrepreneurs that I follow, even like on social media, when they show me a little bit of their, you know, home life, or I see a snippet of like the inside of their house, and I'm like, I have that mirror too. You know, you're like, that's
It's
how
relatable.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that, Sarah. Like when people are thinking about your brand, what type of feelings and association do you want them to have when they're thinking about Sarah Christine, the fucking everything woman? Right?
I want them to feel damn good about themselves. And those are majority of the messages that I do get. I try to keep and it's not even keep, it's just my life. It's just how I wake up. But I try to keep my message extremely positive all the time. And it doesn't mean that I don't go through low moments. There's times where I'm like, hey, I'm having a shit day, but you know what?
What do you do? What do
I
you
got
do that?
I
at
got
that
my
point?
favorite meal for lunch, you know, so I find the silver lining. You know, it's things like that. And so a lot of messages that I do get, you know, daily are the ones that like, hey, you inspired me to do this, or,
Right.
you know, thank you for shining your light, you know, even during this like tough
Right.
time in this period, you know, within our freaking nation right now. So I hope and I pray that when people do come across me, Sarah Christine, that they're like, damn, you know, she's doing her thing, and she's doing it in the most positive way possible.
No, I actually get motivated myself when watching your lives, watching your posts. Like I've watched you for a long time build Sarah Christine, right? I'm congratulations. Like I love to see. I
Thank
love to
you.
see the growth, right? I love to see it. So Des, same thing for you. Like
What was the question?
Des,
Sorry.
I'm gonna tell y'all, Des.
Hey, I
Des
was
had
paying
half
attention.
a cup of Hennessy.
I did.
Like she had half a cup of Hennessy. And she hit the blunt. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Her mama
I know,
out there
mom.
like,
Mom, I'm
Des?
just kidding. She didn't do
She's
anything.
probably
Better
like,
not be.
what? Oh
No,
my goodness.
no. When it comes to your
She
brand,
said it in Spanish, though, Des.
when
She
it-
said it in Spanish.
when it comes to your brand, what type of feelings and association do you want people to have with, like, when they're looking at
Yeah. You know, I think the name
happiness
is attractive.
attractive. I love that
I think people think,
because I'm always happy. So
yeah,
attractive?
it's not so much about I'm always happy all the
of course you
time.
can't be.
It's just knowing that no matter what I go through, and I get down, I have down times, but at the end, when I can get over it, there's happiness on the other side.
Yes.
So that light is always at the end of the tunnel, no matter what you're going through. And I think it's important to know that when you're happy, other people will want to be around you.
Because people love
Yeah.
living their life through you.
Yeah,
Some people, yeah. That's what it comes.
Or they want to, or they just
Some
want to
people wanna live
steal
their
a
life
piece
through
of
you.
that
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
happiness.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people just want to borrow that vibe. You know,
They need it.
yeah, they need it.
Pull me up too, Des.
hey,
Pull me up too,
that's
Des.
my job.
Pull me. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But I didn't want to cut you off.
You
Go
know,
ahead.
when it's just like when you're kids don't know what depression is. They don't know. You look at kids and they always look happy, unless they don't get what they want. But they always look happy, and that's why we go to our kids. Sometimes I just go to my son and hug him, even though he's 13. It's not like the coolest thing to do, to hug your mom. But hey, I still a hug because you
course.
want to be around that energy. So as adults, we lose it growing up, right? We have things that happen and traumas and stuff. So it's hold on to it because we were born with it.
Right.
So you can share it with other people.
But again, it's a choice too.
Right.
You have to wait. You have to
Have to
wake
want
up.
to.
You have those two choices every morning that you wake up.
Right.
And trust me, I know
It's hard
some days
sometimes.
that's not hard. Well, that it's not easy, I should say. It's hard, but you have that choice
Yeah.
to choose which way you're going to go. And
But people are counting on you.
they're counting on me, yes, in ways. There are some people out there that I talk to every day and try to share my light. But also to piggyback off of that is don't be afraid to ask for help. Not only my
Right.
help,
Oh,
but
I
don't
love it.
be afraid to ask for professional help too.
Yeah.
We live in a generation and a society where people are shamed when they have something going on. And they're afraid to ask for help because what are their peers or their family or friends going to think about them for asking for help or for having something wrong or for needing help, you know? And that's bullshit,
Bull- it's
right?
bullshit.
Bullshit. Ask for the help, please. Ask for the help. Get right in your mind.
Who do the strong go to, right?
Right,
Who do
yeah.
the strong go to? Who do the healers go to?
Yeah, you know, and don't be fearful of that. You know, we've all gone through it. I mean, there was times I reached out for help. I mean, E and I have known each other for a long, long time, and he's been with me through some very dark times. And there's times where I just reached out to him and was like, "Damn, can't believe this shit is happening right now," you know. And you know, he would tell me the same thing over and over, but you're Sarah and you're Sarah Christine
That's
and you're
right.
going to get through it. And at the time when he was telling me, that shit hurt so bad because I knew who I was, just like you probably know who you are. And I couldn't get through that moment. And, but I wasn't fearful of reaching out to ask for help, and being amongst that group of people that I'm so like internally grateful for. And so that's one main thing too. Don't always be afraid to reach out.
Have those people.
Asking for help is a sign of strength, though.
100%.
Amazing strength.
That's how you become
100%.
stronger. So asking for help is a great thing, and it's self-awareness. So you're already a step ahead.
Ooh,
And right
yes.
there, that's self-care.
Yes,
You want?
yes.
There's another level of
that's
self-care.
That
Yeah.
is probably the highest
Level.
one of the highest levels
Okay.
of self-care, right? Is to be
Yes.
able to reach out
Yes.
to your
Yes.
strong circle, to the people that you
Yes.
know have you.
Don't have a big ego. That shit's played out. That shit's been played out since the 90s. Don't have a big ego,
It was
man.
the 90s it went out.
I don't know. I'm just making that up
It's
now.
just that old.
It's fucking old.
It's that
old.
old.
It's old. It's
I
old.
love the 90s though. Can we bring back 90s rap? Can we get Tupac?
Hey, there's
Can we
nothing
bring
like
back
90s
Tupac?
music.
Can't.
90s
Jesus.
R&B.
We have to go back and
shoot.
get
Can I
Pac.
go to
You gotta
heaven?
get Biggie. Like,
and
we ain't
That's
going-
Tupac's fine ass head. Okay. Sorry.
Oh, boy.
Oh, now we ruined it. Anyways, ask for help. That's all I'm trying to say.
Hey, Tupac.
Oh man, did he have a message though? Right?
What?
If you really think back, did he have
Pac?
a message?
Oh, Tupac?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Every
Pac.
time.
Pac had a message every time.
Every
Every
time.
time. Did I tell you the message? The time I was hanging out with Tupac? I didn't tell you about that. Huh? I told you about that.
No,
shit?
of course you didn't, because you know that I. Never mind. You don't know that. That's another. That's another segment.
Pac was a real. He was a real dude. He was a real dude. How would you personally measure the success of your brand? Like, how do you know, like this? Like, I'm successful, and like what I've been working on, I see it.
Measure success. I don't measure it monetarily. I measure it by how many people I'm able to serve by building this brand. How many
Amen.
people can I help building this thing? And that's what it's built for me, is if I can help someone, you know, get maybe a corporate contract or get the audience they need or the help they need, the pep talk that they need, or to connect them to a sponsor or a mentorship or something, then that's how I measure my success.
Yes,
I
that's what I
love
was.
that.
I knew you were gonna say that, but I just wanted to hear you say it.
There's no follow up to that. That's exactly what it is. That's 100% what it is.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, we're all here to serve something or someone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whomever you believe in, God, Buddha, whoever, like you're all here to serve. And when we serve each other, that's when we grow. That's success.
Yes,
That's
yes,
success.
Yes.
The messages in my inbox of thanking me for simple things. It's just living.
What message in your inbox? I'm sorry.
Not those kind of messages. I mean, the messages of thinking like, hey, you know, because yesterday of your post, or because you being so positive, I like finally did that thing, or, you know, I finally took that leap or that jump. Like, that is where I feel successful. You know,
Right.
It's not how much money is sitting in my bank account.
Right.
Although those things are nice.
does.
Again, those are
We
bonuses.
do want you
and
do want to
perks.
get
do want
paid.
the
You
money.
do want to get
Yes,
paid.
So you do want to get paid. But the service, you know, that we're able to put
Right.
out.
And the
is-
money comes. The
And
money
we do want to get
comes.
paid.
Oh, I got a pink one.
Yeah. But yeah, the service, I think, is where I feel most rewarded too, you know, and the
Yes.
relationships that I'm able to make and the
Mhm.
relationships that I'm able to bring to, you know, individuals that wouldn't necessarily have met each other or worked with each other all came together because of me, you know, talking like right
Yes.
now.
Yes.
You know, my new relationship
Yeah.
now that I will continue, you know, it does things like that, you know, because
I gotta
of
go
Eric.
try out your.
Oh, guess
What?
what, girl?
What you
I'm
got?
gonna get her to do.
What you gotta try out? Des, what you gotta try out? We gonna
I don't
take
know.
it. Hold on.
I don't know.
Let's take
She
it.
just said I
She brought
needed to
it up.
try
She brought it
it,
up.
so
Let's-
I'm
let's take
gonna
a
see what's gonna
Let
happen.
me make sure I got a
don't
little
know.
extra time. I got some time. Des, what you gonna try out? Tell me.
So I don't.
You
I
got
probably
time?
shouldn't have said anything. Oh my
No,
goodness.
let's talk about
So,
it. Let's talk about it. We got a few minutes.
Yeah, so I'm not sure.
Oh,
She just said there was something along the lines of a rejuvenation and what
what's
was
it called? What?
Okay, so
So she's gonna
Des.
explain a
so
little
let's
more.
let's back her up.
Okay.
I-
All right.
Yeah, let's back her up.
Sarah,
So
explain to me what she's trying.
so as
don't
E
know.
stated, I'm an entrepreneur at best.
Yes.
So over COVID, I was like, hey, it's kind of getting a little bit boring. Let's start a new company.
It's getting boring. Let me start a new company.
I'm bored.
I'm bored. I'm gonna start another company.
That's usually how a lot of my companies get started. So anyways, I was like, let's start a new company. So I had a girlfriend that was already doing spray tans and had dabbled in teeth whitening. And so I was like, let's get together and do California Gleamin'.
Okay.
And what are we going to offer? Teeth whitening, tooth gems, mobile
Whoa,
spray
whoa,
tans.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Let me stop
Okay,
you right
here,
there.
Here goes.
Let me
I
stop
knew
you right
this was
there
coming.
because
I knew it was coming.
if I was writing a Yelp review right now,
He's so mad you guys bitter.
I told Sarah,
Fever.
make me an appointment so you can whiten my teeth. I like to have my $1 billion smile. Right
Me
now,
too,
it's a
me
$1
too, me
million
too.
smile. I like to
I'm
keep it at
getting
$1
him
billion.
in, you guys, before he
And-
tries to throw me under
And your
this-
response to me,
this
and it's on
BART.
Facebook, so everybody can go to it. It's on Facebook, and you said it in front of everybody. I got a VIP. VIP. That means motherfucking very important person, right? Last time I checked. Am I right, Des?
That's what it means.
I got a VIP appointment for you.
Now we're talking
When
about
I
right
get
now.
back to town,
Trying to talk about something about her.
guys, that was a month ago. Have I got my teeth whitened? No. All right, I'm
He
sorry.
wanted me to bring the stuff right now. I should have and made him do his teeth whitening on
I would
air.
have done it. I would
And
have
he would
done
have
it.
been talking like that.
I'd have done it.
You guys would all watched him with his mouth
I just,
all open.
I just wanted my teeth done, and I figured,
Okay, VIP. You
I'm
still
only going
have
to
it.
Sarah.
You always have it. And you will only go to me.
right.
Okay.
All right.
isn't about you right now.
I'm sorry.
Though. It's
Okay,
about
no,
you right now.
it is. I had to stop you because you was talking about it.
Anyways.
All right, I'm sorry.
Teeth whitening. We will get them in. I promise you. And it's now on air. I promise you.
See, she
And then
said-
foot detoxes. We all could use that right now,
Yes, I
especially
wanna
with
try
COVID.
that.
We
I want to
definitely
hear
should
about
do
what
that.
Des was doing.
Well, that's
That's
it.
what
the
I'm
foot,
getting
that's what we're-
to. And
foot
next up, we are
detox.
now offering Yoni
the
steams.
fuck is that? What is that? What is
It's
it?
like a facial for your
Steve,
vagina.
you know what a Yanni steam is?
It's a facial for your
My
vagina.
engineer
Do you have
don't
an
know.
ex-boyfriend and all his bad dick energy? I can
Oh
help
my
get that out, honey. We will sage that vagina. So Desi is going to come get a Yanni steam for me. I don't know what kind of bad dick energy she has, but we're going to get it all out.
Hey,
All
listen,
out.
listen,
All out.
You know what to say.
Every
listen,
woman
listen.
deserves this.
y'all.
You deserve it, honey. Self-care.
Sarah, Christine, I'm gonna ask you this: if you're getting paid right
I'm
now,
getting hot.
what?
Oh my
She's
God.
getting.
That's not all
See,
that
I
damn
already
Hennessy.
got her hot.
That's
I
all
haven't
that
even
Hennessy
took
she
it off her
had.
pants yet. Jesus.
Slow down, Sarah.
Oh my goodness.
Slow down.
I'm gonna get her. Go, you go.
If you're getting paid right now to give the best business life advice to someone that's starting right now, starting their brand, or let's say they're not, what would you drop to them? Like
Best
what-
business advice.
business, life, whichever, because we need a balance, and people need to know that you need a balance, right? You can go hard for your business, but you also need a life balance, right? You also need to suppress that you gotta have a life, right? Where would you go with that?
Take the risk.
Mhm.
Always take the risk. Always bet on you. You are the best bet you can make. Self-investment. 100%.
100%.
100%.
100%. Take
Yep.
the risk.
Take the risk. Bet on you. Bet on you. Always. Always self-invest. Always bet on yourself. Because at the end of the day, that's who we're born with and that's who we die with.
Get out
So
there and do it.
do it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Get out there and do
You.
it.
What do you mean?
What's the worst thing that's gonna happen?
You'll be right back where you were.
Right back where you started from.
Fuck. And then you start something else.
Then you start something else like
Yeah.
fucking Sarah.
Doing Yanni steams. Get out your vagina.
Des, you know I'm coming over to you.
Yes.
I know you know I'm coming over to you. Let me bring my voice down a little bit. I know how you bring it down.
She's so sensual too. I'm over
Oh.
here
That's-
cussing and she's like,
Desiree.
Yes.
If you were giving someone some advice, a young entrepreneur that you
Young.
know needs a balance between life and
Mhm.
building their brand, building their business, what would it be?
It would be that nobody's going to come to save you.
ooh,
And
yes.
People will come along the way to help you. But at the end of the day, you have to dig yourself out of whatever it is you're in. If you don't like where you are, you have the choice to change it, and you can. I think that if you have an idea, just go for it. Just, hey, I want to start an ice cream shop. Well, then look up how to start. How do you buy? Just start from the beginning. How do I buy the shop? How do I get the ice cream? People will come when you walk in your purpose. So sometimes when we're like faced with a lot of obstacles, you have to redirect. It doesn't mean to stop, but just redirect. I've pivoted so many times since this pandemic, and here I am doing something I never thought I'd do. I'm now in production, so I'm behind the camera a lot, and I'm loving every minute. It's a dream I never dreamed of. I didn't know I
Love
was
it.
going to love production. I didn't know
Love it.
anything about it. So you might like look at Amazon. Amazon started off selling books.
Right.
Yeah.
Now they're
right.
running the world.
The
so
world.
Yeah.
so whatever that idea is, just go do it and just be the best whatever it is you want to do.
Love
Take
it.
the
Love
leap.
it.
Take
Des,
the leap. Bet
I'm gonna keep it on you because I'm about to wrap it up. How I know a few of my followers probably following you already. How do people find you? How do they contact you? Because
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook, Desiree Behinez. Instagram is my handle's Des Live Laugh Love. You can go to happinessisattractive.com
happinessisattractive.com. It's a picture of
Yeah.
me.
with your teeth whitened.
with my
And,
fucking- Whoa.
wow, way to dig deep, Des. I thought we were friends.
I love it.
Jesus.
There.
Oh,
But all I'm going to say is
Sarah
just because her
Christine.
name is Happiness is Attractive, please don't ask her to smile. That is so rude.
right? I'm always going to be smiling, everyone.
Yeah.
Miss Sarah Christine, How do we find Miss? How do you find Sarah Christine? Because I know finding your ass is a problem. How do we find you? Keeping up with you is a problem. Come
No,
on.
Instagram, it's Chasing Sarah Christine.
See what I'm saying? Chasing your ass.
Sarah Christine. On Facebook, I think it's still the Sarah Christine, and Sarah's spelled Sarah Christine. Other than that, like, catch me if you can, man.
Catch me
I'm
if
out
you
here
can. I
moving.
love it. You living life.
I'm living life, and I'm all up in the Bay Area. I'm never shy. You ever see me, you just say hi.
Get your life.
Yep. Get your life.
Get your life.
Get your life. Right now, you can catch me on Get Your Life podcast. So you
Yes.
better be there. And why did that person not call back? I'm kind of pissed.
Because they want to talk to you.
They
No,
got
I think it was
scared.
Des. Des has that little
Hey,
voice going on.
you guys, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate every single
You're
one
welcome.
of you. Love you guys. And thank you for my co-host, my special guest co-host, for hanging out with me and bullshitting with me and dropping knowledge and telling their stories, right? Stories for knowledge for everyone else. I appreciate every single one of you. Get Your Life, the podcast.
Thank you.
Out.
Thank you for having
Bye,
us.
everyone.
Bye.
Boom. You guys are
Bye,
great. I love you guys.
Thanks for watching.
Peace.